Lesson 7 brings us to the critical moment where you practice more swimming and less drilling. A relaxed, compact recovery is essential to...
See those loose fingers, no tension in the hand,
your energy in the direction you're moving.
minimal clearance.
It also sets up the propulsive part of your stroke by putting your hand in the most advantageous position for catch. You'll travel farther if your hand faces directly back from the moment of entry and throughout the stroke. A relaxed hand holds water effectively but prevents fatigue. When your hand is relaxed on recovery, it's easier to avoid tensing it as you stroke.
You can see here the fingers are separated as I swim in the rough water.
I work less and swim better than others. The main reason is my ability to maintain recovery form helps me move through the water more efficiently.
Look at the difference in splash on those entries. I have a no splash entry even in rough water. All right? Partially from honing it here.
Water was refined and imprinted in calm water during countless hours of mindful practice.
Now, the absence of splash means two things. It means I'm going in on the correct angle, but it also means here the water will be calm and quiet, easier to hold.
Rehearsal exercises like these will be invaluable in mastering the small, consequential details.
I've spent so many hours doing this sort of thing.
When they're right. Here are several of those details.
And I'll spend 30 seconds rehearsing, imprinting, then I'll swim and just feel what I felt on the rehearsal.
Loose, relaxed circle as it exits.
So watch the elbow, the loose, relaxed circle of the elbow coming out. Now let me just tell you what that does, the loose, relaxed circle. So you've probably heard the conventional stuff about you should push past your hip, all right? People want you to accelerate back there, push all the way back, and so on. What that does to the recovery, first of all, it adds nothing to your stroke. They've done a study in a flume and found that past the hip bone there is no propulsion created. All right? So it's a complete waste of energy making your tricep tired to be pushing past your hip and all the way back. But what it does on the recovery is it means you've got a linear action followed by an angular action. All right? Once you go out here, the next action, you can't do that. All right, so the recovery is going to start with an angular action, right? Linear, angular. Water does not like that sort of angular stuff. Water responds really well to arcs, graceful arcs, all right? Plus, I've developed a certain amount of energy here. The way in which I can conserve the energy coming out is to circle forward. I want the inertia being developed here to go directly into that. I don't want to have to decelerate and reaccelerate, all right? So I've spent a lot of time training myself because I spent 25 years pushing back. I had to undo, bypass those circuits, create new circuits, and it was the idea of practicing elbow circles, literally standing, doing this, feeling what it felt like to do an elbow circle, making sure that circle was out here, not coming up here, all right, and then putting my face in the water and taking 6 or 8 or 10 strokes and saying, did I feel what I felt when I was standing? Not quite. Let's try it again. All right? That's what the elbow circle's all about.
Your elbow should also...
Elbow should stay outside the body line. Most people, their elbow comes up across the shoulder blades, up across the shoulder blades. It causes instability, causes you to swing across the center line. Following the tracks.
Also trace a straight line from exit all the way to...
All right, so here's one of the things I've spent a ton of time visualizing. And I've talked about the importance of visualization in creating new circuits, all right? I know the exit point for my stroke, and I know where my target is. In my mind, for so many hours, what I've done is visualize a laser from the exit point to that target and made sure my hand followed the laser to the target, all right? Because there's no point in going there by a circle if I can go there by a straight line. But my instinct as a human swimmer is to get there by a circle. I have to undo that instinct and create a new one. All right? The other thing is, I was talking about the importance of stroke tempo, stroke rate. All right? If you want to have velocity, there's only one absolute mathematical absolute in speed. a certain combination of stroke length and stroke rate will always yield a certain velocity. All right? I work constantly on the math of length and rate, constantly. All right? When I am training for pace, I'm doing it with mathematical predictability and rigor. I'm not just swimming a certain number of VO2 max sets and hoping, please God, I go fast as a result. All right? I'm doing it with mathematical rigor. All right? So stroke length and stroke rate, you can't have velocity without both of them. So rate is important. All right? Well, if I'm going from here to there, that's having an effect on my rate as opposed to going via the laser line. All right? So I can have the same length and get my rate up a little bit higher by following that line I just described.
Your relaxed hand should barely clear the surface and re-enter.
Again, going higher is just going to take me more time to get my target. It's part of the laser is to keep the line, the trajectory low as well. Straight and low trajectory.